Hello and welcome to another pineapple-y vibey episode of Experts Eating Cake. I'm your host, Michelle Thomas, pineapple extraordinaire. I got this in the post and I just had to wear it. So sorry if it distracts you. Not sorry. I have got today the amazing designer, crafter, always on the sewing machine, all-round fabulous person from Daisy and More. It's my friend, Becky Parson. Come to the stage.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hello. Oh, fabulous. I love what you're wearing.
It's your fault. You found it, you sent it to me, and I'm wearing it in your honour today. As you can see, we've got the pineapple-y vibes, we've got the pineapple light, and we've got the little pineapple picture, and then we've got the lovely pineapple host of Experts Eating Cake. Experts eating pineapples today. We're not eating pineapples though, are we?
We're not, no.
No, we're going to eat the cake, aren't we?
We are definitely going to eat some cake, and I've got a yummy cake.
Come on, show me. Best bit of the best bit.
So I have had a cheeky taste, but it's a lemon and sultana swirl.
Oh, where did you get that from?
Can I say it?
Yeah, go.
Iceland.
Iceland. Oh, that's unusual. Did you go all the way to Iceland and bring it back again?
Yeah. Yeah, so all from Iceland. It's lovely. Very nice.
Oh, fabulous. Well, I have got today from Morrison's, one of my favourites, banoffee tart. I was gonna go for the lemon tart because that is one of my favourites. But it just looked, I am absolutely salivating right at this second, even though I'm not hungry. I've had something to it. I don't want to get me pineapple costume all dirty, but I'm going to give it a go. So I just thought it looked all caramelly and gooey. You can see here.
Oh, nice.
And it's got some bananas in there, although I don't do too well with bananas, but I do love them. Let's have a cheers. Cheers. And you tell me what your cake is like. Oh, my God. Why is it that when I sit in front of a cake, my salivary glands just go 10 to the dozen? Aren't we weird creatures, huh?
My cake is absolutely sugar overload. But it's absolutely delicious.
But it's lemon, though, so the lemon cuts through it, doesn't it?
But it's really, really nice.
Oh,
you can just take it. It's delicious.
I'm going to get dirty here. Oh, that's very caramelly. Hang on, that bit's going to fall off. Right. Clap. And stick your fingers.
I've got sugary coated fingers.
What better way to start off a lovely chat with my mates than eating banoffee tart. I'm going to save that for later.
Right. Oh, it's got lemon bits inside. It's got like a lemon curd inside as well.
Oh my God, I love anything lemony. And the good thing about lemon is you can have it in sweet stuff and you can have it in savoury stuff. And it looks and it tastes absolutely divine in both. It is one of my favourite flavours. So, cake. Oh, I love doing this just for the cake. But I also love doing this because I get to chat to my mates. Welcome, Becky. You are a really good friend of mine. I've known you for a couple of years now. We get to meet every once in a while when we go to events and stuff. And you are one of my favourite people, not just because of something that I'm going to show you later, not because you send me pineapple costumes, but also because you are such a talented designer and crafter, and you have a really great message behind it. So this episode is going to be a little bit different than the ones that I usually do, because usually my mates offer a kind of service and they talk about their expertise around that service. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a show and tell a little bit later on of all the amazing products, because you're a product-based service. You do have a service as well, but yours is mainly product-based business. But before we even get to that, we're going to have a little chat, because there is a really, really important message. It's something that I absolutely love and adore you for, but there's a lovely story behind this. There's a lovely message behind this, and it's the kind of message that needs to get out into the world more often, which is exactly what you're doing through your products, through your your love and attention and everything else that you bring to the table. You bring out this message. So tell us a little bit about Becky and Daisy Amore and how it came about and the message that you send out to the world.
Thank you for that. So my story, it's kind of evolved over the last few years, actually, in the way that I've delivered it. So if I go back to when I was in primary school, there was primary school, there was no uniform, so I could wear what I wanted, felt so confident in what I wore. And I was just Becky, really, just getting on the normal sort of day-to-day things that primary school should do. And then I went into secondary school, where you find that you are mixing with different groups of people that all come from all over the county where you are, the villages. And then you have to then redevelop as a person, obviously then fit in with certain groups. And I've always found that I never sort of followed trends. I would always be the complete opposite. So the latest trainers or the latest trousers or anything like that, I would have them as a special thing, but it wasn't my go-to thing. What I felt comfortable in was my own clothes. And so when I got into secondary school, we come from a low-income family, so we didn't have the top notch of everything. So we had to borrow, and you had your blazers that were too big or your jumpers that were too small, and you had to stretch them out for the most of the term. And I was in a group of friends. At the time, I called them friends. It was a large group of people, and I didn't really like what they did. I didn't like the way they treated people. I didn't like the way they treated each other. Not just other people. And so I stepped away from that group, and then I started to be bullied because I didn't agree with what they were doing. I didn't want to be out in the town at night time throwing stones at people's windows and causing havoc. So I stepped away from that group, and like I said, become bullied. And I was bullied for the way that I was, the way that I acted, the way I lived, what I wore. And then back in 2000, we moved out of where I lived to Lincolnshire, where I live now. So then I had to regroup there. Obviously, coming out of the county, everyone had gone through the years of secondary school, and I had to try and fit into the group. And I was the eldest within the school, so I was. I'd already done year 11 by then. Halfway through that, and I had to restart year 10, so I had to do a whole new school year. And non-uniform days were our worst days ever in my school life. So the bullying still continued behind the scenes because obviously it was different from out of the area. But then obviously when uniform days came in, I wore what I felt comfortable in. So I double denim. So I don't know if you remember the group Bewitched, where they used to double the denim on the top, the bottom half.
Oh, yeah.
So I used to do about big flared trousers and the boots, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. But in the background, all I kept on being told was, dressing like that or being like that, you're never going to be loved. Nobody's going to ever want you. You're never going to go far. And you're going to end up being a sad old lady in a house with lots of cats around you. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but that's the way that I was told that I'd be sad and lonely and die on my own. So from that, I went into college. Still loved who I was. Still loved, I used to wear crazy backpacks, and I used to hand embroider my jeans, and still not following the trends or anything like that, and found it really hard to find a group of friends who liked me for who I was. Yeah. And I did eventually find a couple of people that I kind of clicked with.
Yeah, it's that age-old difference between belonging and fitting in. You just wanted to belong, but all you could do was try and fit in, and the two are not the same thing.
No, and that's what I learned really, really quickly, is that the difference between that. So having that constant message drilled into you through teachers, through the people that are surrounded, some members of the family, all being drilled into me that you are not enough, you are not going to go anywhere, you are not going to be successful. That's where I met my husband. So he used to take the mick out of me because of what I wore. So he'd comment on the backpack, he'd comment on what my clothes were.
He was pulling your pigtails, wasn't he? He was pulling your pigtails. That's what he was doing.
He was. So we've been together now for 22 years.
And I totally get why you're still with him, because he is a fabulous human. He is just such the nicest, most supportive, kindest guy you'd ever meet. I've met Lawrence quite a number of times, and he's just amazing. I absolutely love the pants off him. Well, not love the pants off, I mean love the bones off him. You know what I mean, don't you, Becky? I'm not trying to say what I mean or anything. But he is a lovely, lovely guy, and I totally get why you've managed to stay together.
So with all of that happening, I decided that for me to be happy within my life, the way that I want to live my life, I wanted to be exactly who I was. I didn't want to fit into a box that society wants us to fit in, how we wear, what we wear, how we act, and everything. So I don't know if you've tried recently, but fitting into a box is incredibly difficult.
No.
I am not that flexible.
I don't think I've ever even tried to fit in a box, I'm afraid. I'm the one that's wearing the blooming pineapple costume.
So I decided that I just wanted to be unapologetically me, and that's the basis of my business, is that I want to empower other people to feel exactly the same. I want them to be able to go out and wear what they want to wear. I mean, locally and events, as you've seen, I wear dungarees. It's one of my most comfortablest things to wear. I haven't got one today, actually. But I don't feel that in order to fit in or belong in society, we have to follow what everyone else is doing and do what they're doing and wear what they're wearing and act where they are. So
unless that's something that you actually actively enjoy and brings you joy.
Yeah, exactly. And I appreciate there are some people who do enjoy doing that. Mm-hmm. But it's not for me. I kind of rub against that kind of thing. So that's why I do what I do, by the products I design, the way that I interact with the customers, whether they're an event or whether they're online. And I'm a huge encourager as well. So I'm one of those people who would see somebody in the street and I'll notice their hair colour, their shoes, or something like that, and I'll say, "You look really good in that today. I love your hair, or I love your shoes." And
that's why me and you get on, I think, because we're very similar in that way. We're cheerleaders. We like to support people by making sure that people know how flipping awesome they are, just the way that they are.
And sometimes you never know how impactful that sentence of "I like your hair," or "I like your shoes," or "I like your hearing" is going to have an impact on that person on that day. And I've had it myself. I've had it when somebody's come to me and said, "Oh, I really like your dungarees you're wearing." "Oh, thank you very much. You start to stand tall, your shoulders start to drop a little bit, you feel a bit more comfortable and confident in your space." And I think that's what's really important. And I think that's why I'm super passionate about what I make and what I do.
Yeah. And how did Daisy Amore actually start off? Because the products that you sell, you actually produce. They're all handcrafted. They're all designed by you. They're one-off pieces. So how did you come about deciding on the kind of things that you were going to do?
So for me, with the way that I like to dress and the way that I like to present myself, I get incredibly frustrated when I go into a supermarket or a shop or have a look online and you find that it's the same bag or the same item, just in a different colour.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that I tend to find that suits my personality. So that's where I started what I did. And it started back in COVID when we was all in lockdown. I have what I call my muggle job, which is an assistant manager for a charity. So I was furloughed for months throughout COVID. And once I'd done all the bits that you never get around to doing at home, being under the same roof with my husband and my two children at the time, it was either I'm going to go crazy or I need to tap into a hobby or increase something.
That's it.
So I got my sewing machine out, and I've always been creative anyway. I've always loved designing and making things. So I got my sewing machine out and I got some fabric, and when I say this, I mean it's so easy, but I just put two pieces of fabric together, sewn around it, and created a foundations of a bag, and that's where my first everyday bag started. And then I started to develop the skills. So yes, everything's handmade and handcrafted, but I'm self-taught as well. So I was still learning the things. I'm still learning today. There's still things that.
And you'll never stop learning, Becky. You'll never stop learning, because there'll be always something new to learn, or something new to design, or something new to trial, or there'll always be something new. because that's the whole nature of creativity.
Yeah, and I think that's what I love. It's that because I quite get bored with things. So if it's very samey, I get sort of distracted very easily. So although I've got a huge range of products, they are all individual.
Yeah.
I don't ever make more than one in that type of fabric because I do get bored quite easily with it, if that makes sense. If I'm still making, if I'm making 100 hair bows, it's like, oh gosh, by 59 things, I can't do that anymore. So I do like the difference of all of them.
The variety.
The variety. And the things as well is something that I also instill in with my business is that because each item is individually made, it's just like you, myself, the person who's buying it, because we are all individuals. We all are different, and that's how we were designed to be. We weren't really designed to be like everybody else.
We're not robots.
No. And that's the kind of thing that I put in my products as well. And it's all made with love because there's enough negativity in the world that if you can just put a smile on someone's face, if they receive it, like you received your pineapple costume.
Oh my God, you don't even know. It's totally made my week. This is, look at it. It's fabulous.
it's just I guess it's just thinking of the person that you're is going to receive that product and doing something for them that's going to make their day, whether it's, I don't know, the type of fabric or the zip or something like that. It's just a little bit that just makes their day
absolutely
a little bit nicer.
So you're a real encourager. You use the word yourself. You're an encourager of people. You're an encourager of everyone to be brave, keep getting back up again and being true to themselves, even when life knocks them down, because life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. But that doesn't mean to say that we can't be sunshine and rainbows. And by that, I mean being comfortable in our own skin, just being who we are and letting that be in the world. So I know that you talk a lot about this and you actively encourage people to do this. What are your top tips around being more yourself, living in your own skin? What kind of things do we have to take into consideration to be able to do that?
So I think a couple of things. Just accept who you are, and so I'm not very tech minded, but I'm a very creative person, and just accepting that is probably one of the best things to do, because you can get wrapped up in everything, especially with the business. You think, oh, I need to be doing X, Y, Z, and I need to be doing all this now, and it has been a labour of love for the past 4 years, and I'm still not at a point where some people are, but I'm happy within where I am. So I think it's just accepting your skills and showing them the best way possible that you can. Loving yourself as well. It's taken me on a bit of a journey actually to look at myself in the mirror and love myself for who I am, including all my wobbly bits and all the bits that that we tend to
all the bits.
Loving you who you are, and I think just being a genuinely kind person. I think. Like I said, there's a heck of a lot of negativity about, and I think just being nice, it does make the world go around. It is lovely just to say hello or like what you're wearing, and that goes for yourself as well. Being kind to yourself, giving yourself that time to be kind to yourself. It's not something I used to do.
Double thumbs up for me that you do it now and that you profess it and you encourage it, because without it, the world drags us down enough as it is already. Like I said, it's not sunshine and rainbows in the world, and it probably never will be, because there's so much going on. But ultimately, we choose how we treat others, we choose how we treat ourselves, and if we can lift it and if we can bring a much more loving kind of energy, I do honestly believe that makes the biggest difference. Like you said, it makes the world go around. Kindness makes the world go around. Love makes the world go around. Energy and excitement really does make the world go around. And I absolutely love that about you, and the delight that you bring with the stuff that you produce and sell. Right. I want you to do a little show and tell. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. I've actually got some of your products here, stuff that I've bought, absolutely fell in love with. But I'm going to let you show. Now, do you want me to show first, or do you want to show first?
You can show first if you like. You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Right. I am a big fan of Becky's stuff. And every so often I do treat myself to something, especially when she says, "Oh, look what I got. I had this in mind for you." And I'm like, "Oh my God." So these, what were these? Hang on, let me see if I can bring them a bit closer. Can you see these? Happy earrings. Happy earrings. Of course, happiness coach. I've got to have them. And then this one, can you see that one? Is that the right way around even? Cake earring. Of course, experts eating cake. I'm all about the cake. So we've definitely had to have these earrings. Now, my most recent purchase, and there's only one of these, so nobody can buy these anymore because I've got the only one, is Wonder Woman. It's a little clutch bag. It's got a wristlet on it, and I love these wristlets. I have been buying these wristlets from you. It's the first thing I ever bought from you was a wristlet, and I absolutely love it because I put my keys on it, and I don't lose my keys because I stick it around my wrist, and I absolutely love it. I've been through a couple of them, but inside you've got your yellow zip, and then you've got, isn't that amazing? So yeah, I bought this. I absolutely love it. It made its debut at a fashion show that we both went to. You were exhibiting there. I was just a guest there. And all your lovely products were up on the catwalk, and it was absolutely magnificent. But this, I love the wristlets. I love the bag. But these, I've got 2 of these at the moment. I'm going to be getting another one sometime soon because I wear speckies. I've got a few. I've got a little collection going of the specs. And I am going to be getting some more, so I'll be needing some more of these. But I love these. They're very soft glasses cases. So I've got my specs in there. And Becky makes these by hand, and they're just, I don't know, they protect your sunglasses, but they're not big, bulky, and they're not hard. They're dead easy. You know, you can carry them around, and they're really soft and lovely. And I've got a pineapple one, of course, keeping the pineapple vibes going. And we've got a Wonder Woman one as well. And there've been a couple of other bits and bobs that I've purchased from Becky, but they're just some of the items. Some of the things that you do is you take into account inclusivity. So I know quite often you do things, you design things that make it easier for people with disabilities to actually be able to use, and even things like your handbags, you know, taking into consideration how long the chain needs to be on the handbag, and how in terms of usage. So usage is going to be a lot easier for people, and it's for everybody, but it's for everybody, like everybody. So show me your stuff now. I'm showing you mine.
So I was talking about the first bag that I ever designed, and it's basically just a fabric bag. Now this is my vintage one. So a lot of the things that I make are out of unique and funky fabrics, but I also love using pre-loved fabrics as well. So when I say that, it means like duvets and other fabrics I've already had a use, because we are a sustainable business. So we have just completed our plastic-free champion status for another year. We're working towards our silver award, which we should be able to do in the next few months. So the concept is we zero waste. We try and use literally everything, which is where the wristlets come from, the hair bows come from. So by the time this comes out, we'll be having bookmarks, like, or scrap marks, all little bits. Literally every little bit of fabric gets put into a box, and if I can use it, I will. So this is the first one we started with, and it's, like I said, it's a kind of a basic bag. It has a magnetic strap, and it has the chain sort of strap, so you can use this on your shoulder or across your body. Fully washable. You take the strap off. That's what I love with these bags. You can put them in the washing machine, about 30 degrees. Perfect. And then we developed into this kind of bag. Now this has been quite popular. This is tangled up. This has been quite with the flap, because this is what we do. We have a lot of feedback from the customers now. From our customers, so what I like about the bags that I make. So if you were to come to me and said, Becky, I need a bag that needs to be this big. I need this amount of zips. I need this fabric. And I need it to be an adjustable strap. I go, okay, and we can do it. And that's what I find on a lot of the online shops in regards to bags in particular. They have one particular style.
Yeah.
And this is why I like what I do with being the bespoke part of the products that we make. And like you said, for the disabled community, I'm aware of a couple of people who have contacted me and they've said, I need a bag, but it needs to do this, that, and the other, that. I need to cater all of this. Right, okay, well, I can design that for you. Because all they're finding is maybe a backpack that just does the job and wears out so quickly, whereas I can make it so it's sustainable, it's strong, it lasts them, and it suits their style. Because unfortunately, with the market, with a lot of things to do with the disabled community, it's all beige and boring. It doesn't suit people's personality. And that's why I find a lot of people come to me for that, to suit their personality. So this one is just got a flap on there, and it is lined.
What is that design? Is that Care Bears or Pokemon?
It's Pokemon.
Pokemon. I know somebody in our house that likes Pokemon. Not
and
me.
It's made out of leatherette as well, which is quite a strong fabric. And then we go into our reversible bag. Now, this reversible bag has a bit of a story. So, one particular day I was at work, and Lawrence, my lovely husband, said to me, I'm in your sewing room and I'm using your sewing machine and your overlocker and I'm making a bag. And
that's why he's so fabulous. Just randomly making a bag.
Just randomly making a bag. He wants a bag. He does Warhammer, so he wants a bag to put all his bits in. So first questions were, are you okay? Have you got yourself with a sewing machine needle? Do I need to take it to Amy? How's my sewing machine? You know. And he said, I've done this, but I need you to help me fix it. So this design is Lawrence's fault, if that makes sense. It's a happy accident.
Yeah.
So this bag it's got the adjustable strap, but it's also reversible. So if you're going away to the weekend or something like that, and you've got a couple of things that you're doing, you could have a bag that is not only one fabric on one side, but have the other. And this was showcased at the last event that we went to on the catwalk. So literally, you turn it inside out.
Okay.
So all the pockets that you have on the outside are on the inside, and vice versa. So and you can fit everything in there. You can fit your phone, your purse, your glasses cases, keys, everything in there.
That's amazing. Aren't you a clever sausage? Aren't you a clever sausage?
Well, Lawrence calls it my voodoo magic. So when I do my bags, it's all the wrong way around. You can see all the seams and everything else. And then as soon as you pull it through, it's ta-da!
Yeah.
And he calls that my voodoo magic. Because he doesn't know how I do it. He'll just go, can you do that voodoo magic stuff? So then we do cosmetic bags or pencil cases, whichever you fancy. And this is what I love about what I do. Now, I'll create a product with a particular purpose in mind. And this customer will come along to me and say, I love that, but I'm going to use it for this. So cosmetic bags, pencil cases, they have just recently, I've made one for a young lady who's just started a time of the month and she wants to keep her sanitary wear in a school bag, nice and safe and discreet. So there's multiple things to what I do. And these are all lined in like I can't quite see them.
Oh, it's all sparkly.
Yeah, so it's like a water resistant fabric. So if you stick the brushes in there, it's not going to stain. And also it's washable. So it comes in there.
Even better. Double bubble. I'm just going to eat a bit more of my cake. Hold on. I don't know why my mouth is going again.
So then I decided that was going to go into the accessories part of the business.
Okay.
I should put some piece of cake in. So we already do hair bows. So these kind of things.
Yeah.
And they have they're right there. Do you
do some of them for doggies as well, like doggy bows?
We do doggy bows.
Hilarious.
We do dog bandanas. There's literally nothing that we can't do. I just love doing.
Yeah.
And this is the new one that is going to be put on our website very soon. So this one has a long tail on there.
Yeah.
And it's a nice sort of
Oh, they were the ones that were showcased at a fashion show not too long ago.
And apparently they are on trend for 2024. So I'm ahead of that one. Well, almost.
Right, come on, let's see what else you got. What else you got?
Glasses cases, obviously. One of your favourite ones.
When you find a fabric that is totally me and you know my taste, let me know. I will be ordering it in a glasses case because I do need at least another one glasses case.
Glasses cases, headbands. These time at headbands. These are so lovely to wear. You can wear them that way around or that way around, entirely your choice. They've been quite popular in the run up to summer. As part of the sustainable business as well, and part of the scrap busting that we have, we also make these.
Oh yeah,
so they're a reusable face mask, face wipes, and they are washable as well. So we've got them in sets of 4 or 8, depending on fancy. And the other thing that we do, we started this back in the early days, like a couple of years ago. We do dice trays because there's a lot of like my husband, who's doing Warhammer, there's a lot of his friends that like bespoke dice trays for their Warhammer and tabletop gaming and Dungeons and Dragons and things. So this is one that we have with a dragon panel on, and it literally just pops into a square. But then also I have them for jewellery trays. So you've got like a dressing table, you can put your jewellery bits on there. I very often use one to put my bobbins in, my clips in for my sewing machine. And they can come with matching bags as well. So you pop them all together, put that in your bag, and your dice and everything's all together.
Fabulous. Yeah. You got loads of stuff.
Got loads of things. I just love making lots of things. And then we've got the wristlets, like you said. This is one that we did for Alex Lehman for the Beyond the Binary, the inclusive range that we're doing. And like you said earlier, everything we make is for everybody. Doesn't matter what skin colour, gender, age, size, whatever. We want everybody to be able to be included. So just a couple of things left to show you. So we have, see, I'm all about positive affirmations and filling yourself with good things. And so I created a range of positive affirmation tote bags. Now, this is a design your own bag because I'm all about people being creative. And I want to encourage as many people to be creative as possible because we all get a bit techy sometimes. So in this box, we have our tote bag and some paper where you can iron your vinyl things on. And then there's a selection. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up in the camera very easily, but this says positive.
Oh, okay.
So what you get is a selection of these inside a box. They're all positive words. And you can create your very own tote bag that is bespoke to you.
Have you got a here's one I made earlier?
Do you know what? I haven't, and I did forget
to
do that. But I can do one, and I'll pop one.
Well, what we'll do is we'll pop the link to your webpage in the description, and if anybody wants to have a look exactly what it looks like, it'll be on there as well. Everything that you do is available on your webpage, so we'll pop that down there for you.
And inside your box, you get some positive sort of stickers. So this one, I think this one says, you're not going to succeed at everything you try, and that's okay. So
it's a little pussy cat as well.
It's a little pussy cat, and we've got a little bird on there as well. So you get a selection of those in there, and just as equally important, you get all the instructions. So you won't just send all of that and go, what do I do with it? You get all the instructions and showing you how to create your bag, and it's great for kids as well.
Absolutely, especially with summer coming up and the summer holidays coming up, it's just another activity that they could do. And again, it's something that they can buy on the website as well.
Yeah, and the last one I want to show you is one of the bags that I love. I designed this for a lovely lady that I'm supporting currently at the moment, and it says I am enough. And I think we need to I'm a believer that we need to install this into ourselves every single day.
Yeah.
No matter what we've done in that day, that we are enough. We've done
Absolutely.
Enough. So this bag, it's in gold, but the bottom one being in black just emphasises that I am enough.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to try and get behind the whole business, and that's what I'm trying to show people as well, is that no matter who you are, what you look like, or how you are enough, just as you are.
Yeah, fabulous. Do you know what? I love your stuff. I think it's fabulous. I love the heart and soul that you put into it. I love the creativity. I love the fun aspect of it. I love the fact that there's so much. I love the fact that it's, eco-friendly and sustainable, and it's inclusive, and it's just so joyful more than anything else. One of the things that you do is, I know you go on different events. You've been at fashion shows. You've been at other events. I know you do some market stalls at like Comic-Con and things like that. And I think one of the things that is really amazing is whenever I see you at an event, because that's generally where I see you, because you live a little bit away from me, is you have your stall all set out, and it's just so colourful and interesting, and all the little magpies come along and I pick things up and see what there is, and there's always something there, especially when you're maybe a little bit older like me, and there's something with a little bit of nostalgia attached to it. I mean, I love the whole Wonder Woman thing, not just because it's Wonder Woman. I mean, I've got Wonder Woman. You can't see it's off camera. I like the idea of Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman's a very strong motif or strong way of looking at, standing in your power as a person. I love that anyway, but I love the fact that, I can cast my mind back to when I was a child and Wonder Woman, was on TV, and we used to watch it and we used to go, oh my God. And it's just that the whole design of it is just like brings some nostalgia back to me as well. And I think you get a lot of that. You've got Paddington, you've got Barbie, and it's all stuff that's being, reused and reloved. And it just absolutely lifts my soul. So that's some of the stuff that you do, but you do actually offer a service as well, which is probably one of the most interesting things about your business, because you're all about creativity and individuality and standing out, and you work alongside a lot of businesses, especially small heart-led businesses, especially businesses that are trying to make an impact on the world, ones that are very inclusive and stand for diversity and things like that. And you provide a service where you use all your designing skills. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I work with, like you say, heart-led businesses who just want to grow. So I have a service where as a business, you can send your logo or your colours or something like that, and I can generate a piece of fabric that is bespoke to you that you can use to have. I mean, you could use it as a tablecloth if you want to, one of your events, or you could have something made out of it that represents you as a business. And I've done that for quite a few businesses now, and I just love it. I just love taking somebody's logo that's very sort of 2D and flat, and then creating a piece of fabric and then designing. So just to see if I've got anything made. I haven't. Designing the logo into a fabric that you can use as merchandise. Now, I know you can get a lot of these places where you can get it on a mug or you can get it on a diary or something like that. But this is something different. This is something different you can offer to your customers or clients as a different option. Or it could be something that if you wanted to give away as a raffle prize or gift, I just love it. I've worked with a few people, and I'm still currently working on at the moment, and I'm working on a big project with her at the moment, which I'm very excited about. And it's just great just to show people what they can do with their logo, because when you create your logo, you have it for a certain thing in mind. So it either goes as a profile picture, you go for your emails, and that actually putting a physical piece of fabric and turn it into a cosmetic case or a wristlet or or a
Oh,
head.
we've had conversations about this all the. I think one time I came up with the idea of getting somebody who works in, who owns a spa to actually create like cushions and blankets out of it, so that when people are there at the spa, they can recline on the cushions that are all branded up in the special fabric. Because it's not the same as just having your logo on. It's like having a total pattern around it, and it does make it that little bit different. This is getting a bit itchy now, but never mind. I'm going to keep it.
And I am actually in the mind. I am working with somebody at the moment who is has got a small business, and they want a jacket making out of branded fabric, which is incredible. It's been something that's been going on sort of since last year, since we've been talking about it. But when the time's right for her, she's going to have a jacket made out of branded fabric. So it suits her personality.
Why is that not me? What you're talking about? It's not. Why is that not me?
Well, we need to make. I think we should make it happen. I think we should.
Well, I've got a whole pineapple costume. I'm good.
But no, it's just amazing what you can do with it, and using your skills that I never even knew existed until I started being a business owner. And it's skills that I'm installing into my children. I've got 2 children, and one's currently in university, and the other one, she reminds me a little bit like my younger self, and just encouraging her to grow and for her to be who she is. It's just so important. If we don't start having these conversations with our young people now, or even with ourselves, we're going to have a society that's going to be not very happy with the way they are.
Yeah, and we don't want that. We want people to love themselves and love each other and have an amazing life and exit the world with absolutely no regrets. That's what we want. Do you know what? I've got one more question. I've got one more question for you. This is the killer question, right? Killer question now, right? If you were to invite a celebrity around to your house for cake, who would you invite and why?
Oh, that's a tricky one. There's lots of people that I like. Oh, I'm just trying to think who I would have. There's so many people that I would have. Celebrity. It's okay. I don't really follow that many celebrities, so I'm just trying to think of who I do follow. Who would you have? I might have.
No, you can't ask me the question until you've answered it.
Okay, so if I could invite anyone around for cake, it would probably be. I love music as well as being creative, and I have a singer called Philippa Hannah. She is a young artist who her songs are just incredibly powerful. They have a message behind them, and I just love everything about her, how she's bringing up her young daughter. So if if I was going to have anybody around for cake, it would be her, because she's one of these change makers, wave maker kind of people who's trying to create a positive world. And I'm down for that. So you have to.
All right. You want to know who mine is?
Yeah.
Alison Hammond. Because she's so fun. She is just amazing. Can you imagine if she turned up to my house? It'd be a total riot. I don't know what kind of cake I'd get her, but I don't think it matters, does it?
No, I mean, there's so many people that you could possibly invite, but probably have to be her.
Thank you so much, Becky, for coming on, showing us your fabulous stuff, telling us your story, and absolutely loving on us the way that we love on you as well. I'm going to see you very soon at an event or another. It's always events, isn't it? It's always events that we end up seeing each other, but we'll chat along the way as well. It was lovely to have you. I absolutely love you. Thank you for finding my pineapple costume. I feel like a right Wally now, sitting here the whole time with my pineapple. I'm not taking it off. I'm wearing it all day. And just wanted you to know that I absolutely love you. Keep being kind. And I'll see you very, very soon. Oh, my goodness. Yes, I do look like a Wally. And that was my lovely, lovely friend, Becky. Such a big heart, such a kind heart, wants the best for everybody. And I know that her stuff makes so many people happy. She is one of the dream builders, one of the world changers. And she's going to actually be at my event on the 1st of November, the Dream Builders and World Changers event for small business owners who have big dreams and need to figure the path towards their dreams so that they have a more fulfilled life along the way. And we're going to be unpacking all of that in our fun and exciting day in Preston on the 1st of November. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, why the heck not? Get down in the link below, get your ticket now before they all sell out, and join me on the 1st of November to have lots of fun, frolics, and lots of very, very important learning. Until next time, I shall see you again with more experts eating cake with me, Michelle Thomas, from the Happy Business Club. Love you.